Hi guys, well I saw Star Trek Into the Darkness last night. This was my first midnight screening of a movie. I've never been to one before. We don't normally get them around this area. It's normally in the city, London City, and I know they're more common in America. But I was a little bit worried when I went in. I thought, oh no, should I do this? Am I going to get too tired? Am I not going to really take in everything? Am I not going to enjoy it as much as I normally would if I saw it in the daytime? Thankfully, that never happened. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I didn't feel tired until I got home and my head hit the pillow, and I was out like a light. I have to say, I will not do spoilers in this review, and I will not do story points, plot points, or anything like that. I'm just going to give you a basic outline of the movie, what I enjoyed about it, and let you know about other things as well without giving the game away. And I have to say, 2013 blockbusters, the marketing on these films has been a lot better than in recent times. In the past, I think they've given too much away. They've posted far too many spoiler movie clips. The trailers have had stuff in them that just kind of ruins it a little bit for you when you actually go and see the movie itself. This time around with Oblivion, with Iron Man 3, and now with Star Trek, they've kept certain things close to their chest, surprises that you weren't expecting, and yeah, that's been a good thing. Whether you like the surprises or not, that's another matter. I think for me, the difference with Star Trek is this: the surprise in this I really enjoyed. I thought, oh, fantastic. That they played a good twist on us there. It didn't feel like a prank. It kind of was like a gift to the fans, if you will. Oh, here's the twist. There you go, fans, enjoy. Whereas like Iron Man 3 felt like a prank played on the fans, and that was divisive. You either loved that prank, and I know a lot of people did love that prank, or you really hated it, and it kind of ruined the movie in a way for a lot of people. I still enjoyed Iron Man 3, still a good movie. Now I know with J.J. Abrams' Star Trek films there have been a few criticisms. They feel that his movies are more about the explosions and the set pieces, and that he hasn't really brought to the front other issues that Star Trek normally deals with, and that's the issues that we deal with today. That's what Gene Roddenberry was known for when he wrote Star Trek storylines in TV shows. He would take issues like the Cold War or the Vietnam War or the racial tension that went on in America, and he would translate them to Star Trek stories. And that's why it was very innovative for its time, for not just being a sci-fi show but a TV show in general. Now I know that that's great for the TV shows. It's worked well with Next Generation. It's worked well with the original series. It doesn't quite translate when they do it on the movies, though. They've tried it. They tried it with the very first Star Trek film. They tried it with Star Trek Insurrection. While they've got some enjoyable points to them, they do feel like TV movies. Whereas the most enjoyable films for me have been the ones that deal with more of the fast-paced action with good storylines, like Wrath of Khan, and with First Contact, and even with the Voyage Home. They're more light-hearted, more action-orientated, or there's a lot of humour injected into them. So those have felt more cinematic, and I think they're more similar in tone to these new Star Trek films. And this film does have a lot of action in it, and the set pieces are fantastic. But I do feel that there are really good characterizations in here. The characters in here are really good. I think the actors played them really well. Zachary Quinto is fantastic as Spock. I do like how he does seem a little bit different to the Leonard Nimoy Spock. Mainly because Leonard Nimoy Spock wouldn't act a certain way, because certain things have not happened to his character that have happened to Zachary Quinto Spock. So I think while you would say, oh, Leonard Nimoy Spock would never do that, you would expect it from him because he has experienced some great pain and suffering in his past that was never dealt with in the original series. Chris Pine is great as Kirk. But he probably, but the thing with him is he's really good as Kirk, but he does kind of get a little bit overshadowed by Spock in this. That might be something they may need to do to sort of build his character up a little bit more in the next film. But the supporting cast are great again as well. My only issue maybe is with he's one of my favourite actors. You know, as a comedic actor, I love his films of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and I'm looking forward to his new one. But Simon Pegg as Scotty, that's probably the only one I have a little bit of an issue with. He doesn't really quite capture what Scotty was about in the original series. But it's nothing terrible or anything. It's just that you sort of, if you're familiar with the TV show, you do feel that Simon Pegg isn't really playing the character like nowhere near as well as like Carla Urban is channeling Dr. McCoy, or Anton Yelchin is channeling Chekhov. But as I said, overall, the social interaction between the characters, while this movie's going along at a fast pace, is great. The villain in this, Benedict Cumberbatch plays very good, plays him really menacingly, and what I like about him is that you're not quite sure what his motives are, and when you find them out, you think, wow, that's really cool, and it puts a big smile on your face, especially if you're a fan of Star Trek storylines. What I really like about the new Star Trek films is that while the timeline has been changed, certain things are going to happen that have happened in the past, but they're turned on their head. And what happens in this film, sort of nearer the end, there is a big role reversal of characters that you've seen it before, but it's coming at you now in a different way. And as a fan, I like that. I really appreciated it. I thought that the ending, there's a great set piece at the end, and it's really satisfactory and it's exciting. As I said, a lot of humour in this film. But there's a lot. I had a lot of criticism for Iron Man 3. I said there wasn't very much emotional impact in that movie. I think the problem with Iron Man 3 was it had no sense of peril. There's no sense of, you don't get worried that there's going to be anyone going to be in jeopardy in that film. And in this one, you do get that. You get a sense of peril. You get a sense of worry that the characters are going to make it out to the end. You're not sure what's going to happen to them. And that's what's cool about this. This is what makes you excited for what's going to happen next in the story. And yeah, there's more heart in this film than there was in Iron Man. So yeah, there's humour in here, but it doesn't sacrifice emotional impact like Iron Man 3 did. And that for me tells me that this is by far 2013's best blockbuster. I know a lot of people liked Iron Man 3, but for me this is better than Oblivion, and it's better than the Iron Man 3. The 3D in it I thought was really good. I don't often watch 3D and sort of duck out the way of stuff being thrown at the screen, but they achieved that in this movie. Special effects look fantastic. As I said, Benedict Cumberbatch plays his role wonderfully well, and I really enjoyed the ending of the film, and look forward to seeing what happens next. Hopefully J.J. Abrams is able to do both Star Wars and Star Trek. We'll have to wait and see, but I will give this movie a 4.5 stars out of 5. The reason I'm going to take half a star off is in the middle of the film there is a slight dip. I sat there and started thinking, I'm not too sure if I'm happy with the direction this film is going, but then things change, and then everything is amped up again, and you're like sort of, oh wow, yeah, I see where they're going now, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. 4.5 stars out of 5. Star Trek Into Darkness. I'll catch you later, guys.